flipping through the newspapers, switching through multiple news channels, exploring different websites and online mediums for relevant news? Keeping up to date with important news is not only time-consuming but also requires meticulous upkeep of notes for thorough revision. With a limited period in hand and abundant resources to study from, do not let current affairs come in the way of your prelims success. Join the PT 365 program by Vision IAS and advance in your preparation for current affairs. Starting on 9th January at 5 p.m., this 20-day course offers comprehensive coverage of 1 year of current affairs in 60 hours. Join for improved knowledge with complete coverage of The Hindu, Indian Express, PIB, Economic Times, Yojana, Economic Survey, etc. Doubt-clearing sessions and mentoring for thorough knowledge. Access to Maandhan personalized test with 25,000 plus questions. Access to live and online classes for flexibility in timing. It's time to devote your energy to smart learning and not running. Enroll today and excel in UPSC prelims with a strong command of current affairs.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News Today. Without delay, let's have a look at the headlines first. 6 years of Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Maandhan Yojana completed. Tribunals in India need to be strengthened, says Supreme Court. India is looking for overseas copper deposits to secure copper supply. Employment on the rise, but wage growth lags behind inflation. India's spending on research and development (R&D) doubled in last decade. Antarctic Circumpolar current (ACC) is slowing down as per recent studies. In the first news for the day, 6 years of Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Maandhan Yojana or PMSYM have been completed. A pension scheme that provides universal pension coverage through financial security for unorganized workers, creating a more inclusive social security framework in India. The unorganized sector contributes around 50% of the nation's GDP. As of 2024, over 30.51 crore unorganized workers have been registered on the e-Shram portal, an important step in recognizing their role in the economy. Now, let's talk about Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Maandhan Yojana itself. Launched in 2019 by the Ministry of Labour and Employment, this central sector scheme is a voluntary and contributory pension scheme. The goal? Well, to ensure that unorganized workers receive a minimum monthly pension of Rs 3,000 once they reach the age of 60. The Life Insurance Corporation of India or LIC is responsible for managing the pension fund. But how can workers enroll in this scheme? The process is simple. They can do so at common service centers or through the Maandhan portal. Contributions are made through an auto-debit facility from their savings or Jan Dhan accounts, ensuring a hassle-free experience. Speaking of eligibility, Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Maandhan Yojana is designed for unorganized workers between the ages of 18 and 40 years with a monthly income of Rs 15,000 or less. The scheme is particularly beneficial for those in professions such as street vending, construction work, agriculture, domestic work, and artisanal activities. Some examples include rag pickers, rickshaw pullers, daily laborers, BD workers, and household workers. Now, how does the contribution structure work? Depending on the age of joining, the monthly contribution ranges from 55 rupees to 200 rupees, with the government matching the contributor's amount to ensure adequate pension benefits in the future. However, certain individuals are excluded from the scheme. Workers covered under EPF, ESIC or NPS, those who are income taxpayers or those already receiving other pension benefits are not eligible to enroll. Speaking of benefits, the scheme also includes a family pension provision. If a subscriber passes away while receiving the pension, the spouse is eligible to receive 50% of the amount. And in case a beneficiary dies before turning 60, their spouse has the option to continue contributing or exit the scheme as per the withdrawal provisions. Adding to this, the Donate a Pension module allows employers to contribute towards their employees' premiums, thereby encouraging greater participation in the scheme. Now, let's talk about implementation and the current status of Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Maandhan Yojana. The scheme is operational across all 36 states and union territories. As of March 2025, approximately 46,12,330 enrollments have been recorded. The top three states in terms of enrollments are Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, and Maharashtra. Clearly, Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Maandhan Yojana has played a vital role in securing the future of unorganized workers. As the scheme completes 6 years, its impact continues to grow, ensuring a safety net for those who contribute significantly to the nation's economy. Now, let's focus on a significant development concerning India's tribunal system. The Supreme Court has emphasized the urgent need to strengthen tribunals, highlighting issues such as appointment of staff and service conditions. This statement comes while hearing a petition challenging the constitutional validity of the Tribunal Reforms Act of 2021. So, what exactly are tribunals? Let's break it down. Tribunals are quasi-judicial bodies established to adjudicate disputes on specific matters. They hold constitutional recognition through the 42nd Amendment Act of 1976, which introduced Part 14A to the Indian Constitution. Under this, Article 323A empowers Parliament to establish administrative tribunals at both central and state levels for disputes related to the recruitment and service conditions of the public servants. On the other hand, Article 323B allows Parliament or state legislatures to create tribunals for subjects like taxation and land reforms. However, despite their crucial role, tribunals in India face several challenges. One of the primary concerns is the independence of tribunals. The Supreme Court had repeatedly pointed out issues like excessive executive influence over the selection process and the presence of technical members, which can dilute judicial independence. Another major issue is the pendency of cases. For instance, as of 2021, the Central Government Industrial Tribunal cum Labour Courts had a backlog of 7,312 cases, while the Armed Forces Tribunal had a staggering 18,829 pending cases. Infrastructure problems further compound these challenges. Many tribunals suffer from a shortage of human resources, pending vacancies, and poor service conditions, hampering their efficiency. Additionally, there is the issue of overlapping jurisdiction. Cases often get tangled between regular courts and tribunals, leading to confusion and delays in justice delivery. So, what can be done to address these concerns? To begin with, ensuring judicial independence is crucial. Selection committees must have a judicial majority, and tribunal members should be safeguarded from external interference. Another significant step could be the creation of a National Tribunals Commission or NTC, an independent body to oversee the administration of all tribunals in India. Lastly, timely appointments and staffing improvements are essential. A possible solution is appointing tribunal staff on a deputation basis while they remain in government service, ensuring efficiency without bureaucratic delays. Strengthening tribunals is not just a necessity, but a step towards ensuring effective dispute resolution and upholding the rule of law.
In a significant development, India is actively seeking overseas copper deposits to ensure a stable supply of this critical mineral, recently securing a 9,000 square kilometer exploration block in Zambia amidst a rising demand of metal in the country. Copper is considered a major industrial metal due to its high ductility, malleability, thermal and electrical conductivity, and resistance to corrosion. It primarily occurs in the form of copper sulfide ore such as chalcopyrite and copper oxide ore. The demand for copper in India is surging due to its vital role in defense applications, infrastructure development, and emerging technologies, with projections indicating that demand will exceed supply from mines by 2035. Between FY19 and FY24, copper concentrate imports have doubled to 26,000 crore rupees, reflecting the increasing domestic requirement. Globally, major economies such as China and the US are aggressively securing copper mines in Africa and South America, underscoring the strategic importance of the metal. India's domestic production has struggled to meet demand, with output in 2023-24 declining by 8% compared to 2018-19, reaching 3.78 million tons. Additionally, India's copper ore reserves, estimated at around 164 million tons, are predominantly low-grade, limiting their usability. In terms of distribution, Rajasthan with 52%, Madhya Pradesh with 23%, and Jharkhand with 15% hold the largest copper reserves in India. Significant mining sites include the Singhbum Copper Belt in Bihar, Khetri Copper Belt in Rajasthan, and Balaghat district in Madhya Pradesh, along with smaller reserves in Darjeeling of West Bengal, Rangpo in Sikkim, Manipur, Chitaldurg district of Karnataka, among others. Globally, Chile, the Democratic Republic of Congo or DRC, and Peru remain the top copper-producing countries as of 2024. Copper and its compounds have diverse applications across multiple industries due to their excellent electrical conductivity, durability, and antimicrobial properties. In the consumer goods sector, copper is widely used in electronics and household items. The electrical and electronics industry benefits from copper's superior conductivity, making it essential for conductors and circuit boards. In the energy sector, copper plays a key role in the development of electric batteries and solar panels. The medical and antimicrobial field utilizes copper in germicides and disinfectants. In industrial applications, copper is essential for coinage and paints. The transportation industry relies on copper for pipes and containers. Additionally, copper forms essential alloys such as bronze and brass, which are used in a variety of mechanical and decorative applications. Given the rising demand, low domestic output, and growing global competition, India's move to secure overseas copper reserves is a crucial step toward ensuring long-term resource security and industrial growth. Moving on, India is experiencing a steady rise in employment opportunities across various sectors. Yet, wage growth continues to lag behind inflation. Let's look at the status of stagnant wages. The Periodic Labour Force Survey or PLFS Annual Report 2023-24 highlights a significant increase in the worker population ratio from 34.7% in 2017-18 to 43.7% in 2023-24, reflecting job growth that surpasses population expansion. However, while casual workers have witnessed an increase in real wages, regular salaried employees are struggling with stagnant earnings due to inflationary pressures. The Economic Survey 2023-24 further emphasizes this issue by revealing that corporate profitability has surged to a 15-year peak in FY24, with corporate profits rising by 22.3%, yet employment has grown by only 1.5%. Despite Indian companies maintaining a stable EBITDA margin of 22% over the past 4 years, wage growth, particularly in entry-level IT positions, has remained subdued. This imbalance raises significant concerns, as stagnant wage growth coupled with a rising profit share could curb demand and slow down economic expansion. Additionally, the disproportionate accumulation of corporate profits, particularly among large firms, exacerbates income inequality and creates a widening gap between different economic classes. To ensure sustainable economic growth, it is crucial to strengthen employment incomes, as higher wages directly contribute to increased consumer spending and, in turn, drive investment in production capacity. Achieving long-term stability requires a fair and reasonable distribution of income between capital and labor, ensuring that economic growth benefits all segments of society rather than being concentrated in a select few.
Moving ahead, we bring you an important update on India's growing investment in research and development. In the last decade, India's spending on R&D has more than doubled, reflecting the country's commitment to innovation and technological advancement. Let's take a closer look at India's status in R&D. The gross expenditure on R&D or GERD has consistently increased over the years, rising from 60,196.75 crore rupees in 2010-11 to 1,27,380.96 crore rupees in 2020-21. This growth has been largely driven by the government sector, with the central government contributing 43.7%, state governments 6.7%, higher education institutions 8.8%, and public sector industries 4.4%. Encouragingly, women's participation in extramural R&D projects has seen a significant rise, increasing from 13% in 2000 to 2001 to 25% in 2019 to 2020. On the global front, India's standing in innovation and intellectual property is improving. The country now ranks 39th in the Global Innovation Index 2024 and holds the 6th position globally in intellectual property or IP filings, according to the WIPO report. However, despite this progress, challenges remain. One major concern is India's low GERD as a percentage of GDP, which stood at just 0.64% in 2020-21. In contrast, most developed nations spend over 2% of their GDP on R&D. Another key issue is the low private sector contribution, which accounted for only 36.4% of GERD in 2020-21. In comparison, business enterprises in most developed and emerging economies contribute more than 50%. Additionally, factors such as brain drain, weak industry-academia collaboration, and inadequate cutting-edge infrastructure continue to hinder India's R&D potential. To address these challenges, several initiatives have been undertaken. The Anusandhan National Research Foundation, or ANRF, launched under the ANRF Act of 2023, aims to accelerate India's research and development ecosystem. The National AI Mission promotes AI-based research and its applications across various sectors. Institutions like DRDO, BIRAC, and SERB are playing a crucial role in driving R&D forward. Other initiatives such as the WISE PhD and WISE Postdoctoral Fellowship or WISE PDF programs and the Atal Innovation Mission are further strengthening India's research landscape. While India has made remarkable strides in R&D, there is still work to be done to enhance private sector participation and infrastructure. Strengthening these areas will be key to positioning India as a global leader in innovation.
Moving ahead, recent studies have indicated that the Antarctic Circumpolar Current or ACC may slow down by approximately 20% by 2050 if carbon emissions continue to rise unchecked. This slowdown could have far-reaching consequences for global climate patterns. But what is ACC? ACC is the strongest and the largest wind-driven current on Earth and moves clockwise around Antarctica, driven by strong westerly winds. It is the only current that goes all the way around the planet and connects the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. Its importance lies in the fact that it's a type of cold current that acts as a barrier and prevents warmer waters from reaching Antarctica. Furthermore, it plays a crucial role in absorbing heat and carbon dioxide in the ocean, which helps regulate global temperatures. In addition, it blocks invasive species such as bull kelp, shrimp, and mollusks from other continents reaching Antarctica and disrupting its delicate ecosystem. If we talk of the key oceanic features, the Drake Passage is located between South America and Antarctica, which serves as a crucial pathway for the ACC. Additionally, the Agulhas Current near Africa and the east wind drift around Antarctica further influence the region's ocean circulation. Important oceanic boundaries such as subtropical convergence, Antarctic convergence, and Antarctic divergence play a significant role in regulating temperature, salinity, and marine biodiversity in the Southern Ocean. The Weddell Sea and Ross Sea are also prominent features, contributing to deep water formation and oceanic circulation patterns. However, the ACC is weakening due to multiple factors. Firstly, changes in ocean salinity caused by the accelerated melting of Antarctic ice shelves have resulted in increased freshwater inflow, which in turn has weakened the Antarctic bottom water or AABW. Since AABW is a sinking process and a critical component of global ocean circulation tied to circulation of ACC. Secondly, shifts in wind patterns due to global warming have altered the intensity and position of westerly winds in the southern hemisphere, further impacting the strength of the ACC. Lastly, a positive feedback loop has been created, wherein the continuous decrease in sea ice accelerates ocean warming and increases freshwater inflow, thereby sustaining a cycle that weakens the ACC even further. The potential impacts of a weakening ACC are concerning. It could lead to greater climate variability with more frequent and extreme weather events across different regions. Additionally, it could accelerate global warming due to a reduction in the ocean's capacity to act as a carbon sink. The delicate Antarctic ecosystem would be also at risk since invasive species might reach the continent and destabilize its biodiversity. Moreover, impact on global ocean current system could be seen due to weakening of the AABW. Since the ACC is an essential component of the Earth's climate system, its decline highlights the urgent need for global climate action. Therefore, reducing carbon emissions and mitigating ocean warming are crucial steps towards preserving this vital current and ensuring long-term planetary stability. In today's Place in News, we turn our focus to Austria with its capital, Vienna. Recently, Christian Stocker was sworn in as Austria's new chancellor. Let's now look at some key facts about the country. Austria is a landlocked country in Central Europe, and its capital, Vienna, serves as a headquarters for major international organizations such as the International Atomic Energy Agency, the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, and the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, or OPEC, among others. The country shares its borders with the Czech Republic to the north, Germany to the northwest, Hungary and Slovakia to the east, Italy to the southwest, Liechtenstein and Switzerland to the west, and Slovenia to the south. While Austria is a member of the European Union, it is not a part of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Geographically, Austria experiences a temperate continental climate. The terrain is dominated by the Alps in the west and south, while the eastern and northern regions are relatively flat or gently sloping. The Danube is its major river, and Lake Constance, shared with Switzerland and Germany, is its most significant lake.
As we conclude today's main news, let's have a look at some quick updates. The RBI has directed large NBFCs to stop issuing new lines of credit as well as renewals. A line of credit is a flexible, working capital-like debt facility that is often extended to self-employed individuals and small businesses. The Wallace line explains the differences in species across continents. It is defined as an invisible biogeographical boundary proposed by Alfred Wallace in the 19th century, separating Asian and Australian fauna. A recent study revealed new insights into how anemone fish contribute to their host's well-being by providing food. Anemone fish, which are poor swimmers, form a symbiotic relationship with certain anemone species. Researchers have found strong evidence of Bose metal in niobium diselenite. Bose metal is a kind of anomalous metallic state in which Cooper pairs are formed but do not condense into a superconductor. An Australian blood donor who saved 2.4 million babies recently passed away. His rare blood, rich in anti-D antibodies, helped develop 2.4 million doses of anti-D medication. This injection prevents an Rh-negative mother's immune system from producing antibodies that could attack fetal red blood cells, thereby causing hemolytic disease of the fetus and newborn, or HDFN. The smuggling of gum arabic from war-torn Sudan is impacting global supply chains. Sudan produces approximately 80% of the world's gum arabic. Also known as acacia gum, it is a dried, water-soluble exudate obtained from acacia trees. The WHO has recommended trivalent influenza vaccines for use in the 2025-26 Northern Hemisphere influenza season. These vaccines include both egg-based and cell culture, recombinant protein or nucleic acid-based vaccines for influenza. The recent increase in the number of solar missions has been attributed to the approaching solar maximum in the solar cycle. Notable recent missions include Aditya L1 by ISRO, Proba 3 by the European Space Agency, and Punch by NASA. Before we sign off, let's challenge your understanding in today's installment of Test Your Learning. Thank you for joining us. We hope you found this episode of News Today engaging. For the solutions to that quiz and to access the PDF version of News Today, remember to visit the provided links in the description below.